Hi everyone, I'm Derek, and this is my round three game from the World Open held in Philadelphia 2018 over the July 4th weekend, I guess. Okay, this is Nimzo Indian opening, and I supposed to be very familiar with it, which apparently I'm not, because I was not comfortable with a basic reply by white, which is Bishop D2. I should have known this continuation. I didn't. I had to analyze it. And of course, when you're eating up time in the opening, analyzing positions, you probably will run out of time towards the end. The time control for this tournament was 40 moves in 2 hours and a 30-minute secondary time control sudden death. Here, the proper move is properly, I got a problem with that word. In any case, the proper move should have been b6, so that you can fianchetto your bishop, you can support your pawn going to c5, but that's not the continuation I chose. Well, no, on second thought, probably should go d6 to stop the knight from getting to e5. No, that doesn't look right either. You're going to have to analyze this. In any case, oh no, I think what I did was correct. Castle. Yeah, you should get your king out of the center in this position. Now here, proper move is probably d6. Keep the knight out of e5 and allow yourself knight d7 and then pawn f5. It's not what I did. d5 isn't, a blunderous move. It's okay. Trying to get your knight into e4, and you still have the possibility of the fianchetto at bishop b7. The problem is you will have a problem with your pawn at c7, and even if it goes up to c6, there's still a problem, especially if that knight is sitting on e5. What I did here was knight d7. It's not totally bad, but I'm starting to lose my direction in the opening. Now here it's obvious. The bishop has moved to d3. It wants to be at d3, so I should have taken off at c4. The bishop takes back, then just continued because the bishop goes back to d3 anyway. I could have won a tempo here. I didn't. I was going to save it and, I give him next time. Well, there's not going to be a next time. Here I wasn't totally comfortable about taking off that knight, giving white the bishop pair. I thought white should have taken back with the bishop so they can move the rook over to c1 and again fall back with the bishop, have that seed file open. I thought that was a more important file. That's not what white did. Took back with the b pawn, thinking that the c file was going to become open anyway. And I think right here I was feeling kind of good about my position. I think in the computer it gives black a very slight advantage here, but that's better than having a disadvantage. Uh, the computer says take the bishop off, and white and black will still maintain a slight advantage, playing the bishop to b7, which I thought was good. It looks like black is going to have control over the e4 and d5, especially if he can occupy e4 with the knight and swing the other knight over to f6. But if that bishop falls back to d3, which is a very natural move, uh, black won't get the control over e4 and possibly not d5 either. Queen falling back gives white a slight advantage again. According to the computer, white should not have worried about getting his pawn structure weakened by bishop takes f3, g-pawn takes f3. White will have been able to maintain a solid center and the bishop pair. I felt good about my position here. White is just, underdeveloped his pieces, his queen and his bishop, or undeveloped his pieces. Right here, the computer recommends taking off the dark squared bishop, which I should have done. You don't want to leave your opponent with the bishop pair going into the endgame, especially if the position is going to be opened, which it is. At this point, I was trying to determine if the pawn takes back at c5, is it a strong pawn or a weak pawn? It will be a passed pawn, but I'm not sure if I can support it. I think at this point, the computer is giving white a slight advantage, which when I was playing, I thought that black still had advantage. The knights are looking good in the center. The rooks are both going to be on the open files, but white still has the bishop pair, and the position is becoming more and more open. Here, I believe white is given a slight advantage. Here, the computer strongly recommends that the bishop goes back to a3 and not to give up that bishop pair. During the game, white actually gave up his bishop pair, and from this point forward, from here, I already analyzed the position as a win for black. But of course, whenever you see a win for yourself, you get your nerves start bothering you. So he fell back attacking my pawn. I went in attacking his bishop. What I didn't see that the computer recommends is bishop to g4. I didn't see that because I automatically assumed that he needed to protect that pawn at a2, which he really doesn't. Because once he goes in, if I take the pawn, he attacks with his rook. If I fall back, he gets my pawn at a7. But there are some other little goodies in there that what he actually did was what I analyzed him doing. Bishop to c4. What I thought I would do in this position is take the pawn off, but that doesn't work. And like the books say, always look for a better move. And this is the better move I came up with. d5. Now I saw this move maybe 5 moves ago, and I was hoping it was right. I get to protect my passed pawn, and it looks like the knight is covering a number of key squares and attacking the pawn. So my opponent was a young lady. She had a number of problems to solve in this position, and I'm trying to hold on to that passed pawn. She chose to move the pawn forward, which makes sense. Now it's not being attacked, but the computer recommends bring the rook over to a1, which is a hard move to make. Underdeveloping your rook so it has absolutely nowhere to go. It's just sitting there protecting the pawn. That's a hard move to make. Check the king, moving him further away from the center, which I like. Attacking the knight. And of course this was the losing move. Cannot move his knight there. Knight takes knight. The pin does not work. The pawn is too far advanced. Stop the mate. And there's nothing for white to do from here. Get the queen. And my opponent actually played on. I said, okay, fine. Now I'm threatening to exchange off rooks and I'll be left with a queen. That's how the game ended. Okay, that was actually my round 3. So I had a half-point bye in round 1. I had a draw in round 2, which I should have lost. And this win in round 3. Okay, thanks for watching.